Cristiano Ronaldo, who can reach areas other footballers just cannot reach.
Close your eyes, and he never went away.
The man is a storybook all by himself.
A walking work of art.
What if I told you the deadliest winger in football history was almost never born? That the kid who tore Premier League defenses apart at 23 once begged for food, swept the streets, and nearly died before kicking a ball? Cristiano Ronaldo in the 2007-08 season wasn't just a footballer. He was a phenomenon, a one-man nightmare. He scored 42 goals, won the Premier League, conquered Europe, and walked away with the Ballon d'Or. But that version of Ronaldo didn't just happen overnight. Behind the stepovers, the screamers, and the celebrations was a childhood soaked in poverty, pain, and impossible odds. Before he made defenders question their careers, he had to survive a heart defect, fight off hunger, and play football with rags for a ball. This is the untold rise of Cristiano Ronaldo, and how he became the most terrifying winger the game has ever seen. And if you're ready to be inspired by one of football's greatest origin stories, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this story will leave you speechless. So how did a poor kid from Madeira become the most feared winger in the world? To understand how Cristiano Ronaldo became the most terrifying wide player of all time, we have to go back, way back, to where it all began. February 5th, 1985, the Portuguese island of Madeira, 1,000 kilometers from Lisbon. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro is born. The youngest of 4 children in a poor family that could barely make ends meet. His mother, overwhelmed by poverty and an alcoholic husband, even considered ending the pregnancy. Doctors refused the abortion, but she tried her own methods. Drinking warm beer, running long distances, doing everything she could to avoid bringing a child into hardship. But destiny had other plans. Ronaldo was born, small and fragile, into a family where survival came before dreams. His mother worked as a cook and cleaner, sometimes taking her children with her to sweep streets, just to earn enough to feed them. His father, a war veteran, came back from Angola battling mental health issues and alcoholism, unable to hold down a steady job. They had nothing. Ronaldo shared a room with his siblings, skipped school to play football in the street, and sometimes skipped meals altogether. His first football, made of rags. He was called Crybaby by the other kids, not because he was soft, but because every loss hurt, every mistake burned. That hunger to win, even then, was unmatched. At age 7, thanks to his dad's job as a kitman, Ronaldo joined the youth team of Madeira. There, he stood out immediately. Quick, fearless, relentless. They called him A Bolinha, Little B, because he was always buzzing past defenders. Then came his first transfer, to Nacional, the biggest club on the island. And guess what the transfer fee was? Just 20 footballs and some training gear. No one knew it yet, but it was the deal of the century. By age 10, Ronaldo was already being named best player at every youth tournament he played. Scouts started paying attention. Then came the moment that changed everything. A challenge from Sporting Lisbon. Score the most goals in a trial match and win a spot at the academy. Ronaldo tied with his best friend, but his friend passed him the ball to score the winner. That one act of friendship gave Ronaldo a chance to chase the impossible, and this was just the beginning. If you're inspired already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because up next, we're diving into how this skinny, emotional kid turned into Manchester United's unstoppable force and became the deadliest winger the world has ever seen. So, when Sporting CP signed Cristiano Ronaldo for just €1,500, few could have predicted what would come next. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo had to leave everything behind, his family, his island, his old life, and move over 1,000 kilometers away to Sporting's famed Academia de Alcochete. But Lisbon wasn't a dream. It was a battleground. Young Ronaldo was homesick, bullied for his Madeiran accent, mocked by his teammates, and even got into physical fights. He was obsessed with winning, so competitive that he'd race his friends to the gym, and if he lost, he'd give them the silent treatment for days. But that fire, it pushed him forward. Ronaldo knew football was now his only shot. As his mother would say, if he didn't make it in football, he'd be laying bricks. And some coaches actually agreed. They thought he was too skinny, too emotional, too fragile. But at 15, his dream was nearly shattered forever. Cristiano was diagnosed with tachycardia, a rare heart condition that made his pulse dangerously fast, even at rest. He was told he might never play football again. But Sporting weren't ready to give up on him. Doctors performed emergency surgery using a laser to cauterize the problematic tissue in his heart. And guess what? Ronaldo was back on the training pitch just days later. Nothing, not poverty, not bullying, not even a heart condition, could stop him. That same year, he did something no other Sporting player had done before. He played for the under-16s, 17s, 18s, B team, and the senior team all in one. Coaches couldn't take their eyes off him. He was electric, raw, uncontainable. Coach Laszlo Belloni said Ronaldo dribbled too much, but also admitted there was something special about the skinny kid with lightning in his boots. Belloni decided he's staying with the first team. Ronaldo made his league debut shortly after, and in his first full start against Moreirense, he scored 2 goals and announced himself to Portugal. That season, he ended with 5 goals, 6 assists, and a reputation as the next big thing in European football. At just 17 years old, Europe's giants started to circle, and his new agent, Jorge Mendes, began pitching the name Cristiano Ronaldo to every major club across the continent. But it wouldn't be until a fateful friendly against Manchester United that the next chapter would explode open. Stick around, because in part 3, we'll show you how one night, one performance, one game changed everything, and turned Cristiano Ronaldo into Sir Alex Ferguson's obsession. Barcelona rejected him. Liverpool rejected him. The only club that showed genuine interest at the time was Arsenal, but that deal fell through, and years later, Arsene Wenger's side would be kicking themselves for letting Cristiano Ronaldo slip through their fingers. But fate had bigger plans. Before Ronaldo's life-changing match that would truly put him on the world stage, the struggles were far from over. His journey was full of drama, heartache, and relentless challenges, but also moments of incredible determination and hope. If you're loving the story so far, hit that subscribe button and smash the like, because if anyone's the GOAT, it's Ronaldo. And believe me, Sir Alex Ferguson thought so too, though back then, he saw just raw, untamed potential. Manchester United had been keeping a close eye on Ronaldo even before he made his professional debut. Assistant manager Carlos Queiroz, who knew Portuguese football inside out, had recommended Ronaldo to Ferguson early on. But at the time, United were desperate to sign Ronaldinho, the Brazilian magician and one of the world's best wingers. The deal for Ronaldinho, however, never materialized. Then came a crucial preseason friendly in Lisbon between Sporting and Manchester United. Ronaldo wasn't supposed to start. Sporting had just sold their star winger, Ricardo Quaresma, a week before, and Ronaldo was simply next in line. But in those 90 minutes, the 17-year-old shredded United's defense. His dazzling dribbling, pace, and fearlessness stole the show. Michael Silvestre, the United defender who faced him that day, later recalled, "At the start of the game, no one had even heard of Ronaldo. But by the final whistle, everyone knew exactly who he was." Before the squad even left Lisbon, Ferguson was on the phone negotiating with Jorge Mendes, determined to sign Ronaldo before any other club could swoop in. Ferguson's drive and personality were key. It was his belief in Ronaldo that swayed the young star. Although United initially planned to loan him back to Sporting to gain more experience, his performance was so extraordinary they changed their minds. Ronaldo was heading straight to Manchester. Barcelona, still interested, wanted to wait another year before signing him. But Ferguson moved fast. When the Manchester United players asked if Ronaldo was signed, Ferguson simply smiled, knowing the deal was done. The transfer fee? £12 million, a record for a teenage footballer in Britain at the time. But with great opportunity came huge pressure. At Sporting, Ronaldo had worn number 28, and he wanted to keep the same number at United. But Ferguson refused. The number 7 shirt was sacred. Worn by legends like George Best, Eric Cantona, and David Beckham, it was a heavy mantle for an 18-year-old to carry. Ronaldo later reflected, "I was forced to live up to such an honor." His arrival in Manchester was rushed and chaotic. He didn't speak English, and with a thick Portuguese accent, communicating was difficult. Yet just weeks later, he made his senior debut for Manchester United against Bolton Wanderers. Coming on as a substitute for the last 29 minutes, Ronaldo electrified the crowd. Manchester United won 4-0, and his performance drew rave reviews. George Best, United's own legend, declared it the most exciting debut performance I've ever seen. Soon after, he started his first Premier League match against Charlton Athletic, and shortly following that, his first Champions League appearance against Stuttgart. Ronaldo was deployed on both wings, but it was on the right wing where he scored his first Premier League goal, a stunning free kick against Portsmouth. He then assisted another goal minutes later in a 3-0 victory. But not everyone was impressed. BBC pundit Alan Hansen criticized him, saying, "He's got the tricks and party pieces, but they're not much good unless there's something at the end of it all." His flashy stepovers and dyed blonde hair made him a target for rough defenders who were eager to stop him by any means. He spent countless hours perfecting his positioning, finishing from every angle, and developing his now legendary free kick technique. Mullenstein later revealed, "Ronaldo always wanted to score the perfect goal, a 25-yard shot into the top corner." Yet Mullenstein also pushed him to shoot from other positions, setting a daunting target, 40 goals in the next season, nearly double his previous tally. And so began what many call the greatest individual season in Premier League history. The magic didn't stop domestically. In Europe, Ronaldo dazzled in the Champions League. Against Roma in the quarterfinals, he scored one of his trademark headers, defying gravity in a way few could match. Then came the semifinals against Barcelona, a precursor to the epic Ronaldo-Messi rivalry to come. Ronaldo missed a crucial penalty in the first leg, but United won the second leg 1-0, booking their place in the final in Moscow. There, they faced Chelsea, a tense, physical battle. Ronaldo opened the scoring with another soaring header. Frank Lampard equalized, and the game went to a nerve-wracking penalty shootout. Ronaldo missed his penalty, handing the chance to Chelsea captain John Terry to win it for them, but in a dramatic twist, Terry slipped and missed his shot too. After Nicolas Anelka's miss, United won the shootout and the coveted Champions League trophy. For Ronaldo, it was the pinnacle of his career so far, the moment he had dreamed of his entire life. That season, his incredible performances earned him the FIFA World Player of the Year award and his first Ballon d'Or, beating Lionel Messi and Fernando Torres for football's top individual prize. He swept up nearly every award available in England, cementing his place as the best player in the world. Yet, even as a hero at Old Trafford, Ronaldo was already dreaming of a new challenge, the Santiago Bernabeu. He openly told teammates he was ready to leave, saying he had been at United long enough, and even compared the club's hold on him to slavery. He was not just the most expensive player in history, but the symbol of the club's ambition to dominate world football. Ronaldo embraced the pressure like never before. At Real Madrid, he transformed from a dazzling winger into an all-out goal-scoring machine. He redefined what it meant to be a forward, combining speed, power, technique, and an unyielding hunger for goals. In his very first season, he smashed the club record by scoring 33 league goals, a sign of things to come. But it was just the tip of the iceberg. Over the next 9 years, Ronaldo broke every record imaginable. He became Real Madrid's all-time leading scorer with an astonishing 450 goals in just 438 appearances, more goals than games played. He won 4 Ballon d'Or trophies at Madrid alone, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest to ever grace the game. His battles with Lionel Messi continued to captivate the world, with each pushing the other to new heights. Their rivalry defined an era, filled with breathtaking goals, unforgettable matches, and moments that will be etched in football history forever. Ronaldo's trophy cabinet at Madrid exploded with glory. 4 UEFA Champions League titles, including an unprecedented 3 consecutive wins from 2016 to 2018, 2 La Liga titles, multiple domestic cups and Super Cups. In Champions League finals, Ronaldo often stepped up when it mattered most, scoring decisive goals, including that stunning bicycle kick against Juventus in 2018 that left fans and pundits speechless. His work ethic was legendary. Ronaldo's commitment to fitness, nutrition, and training was unmatched. He was often the first to arrive and the last to leave, always striving to improve. But it wasn't just the records and trophies, it was the moments that defined him. The nerve to take penalties in high-pressure moments, the fearless free kicks, the incredible headers, the passion that burned bright on every pitch. However, even a legend faces challenges. In 2018, after nearly a decade of phenomenal success, Ronaldo made a shocking decision to leave Real Madrid, the club where he had achieved nearly everything. Rumors swirled of clashes with the club's hierarchy, a desire for a new challenge, and the pursuit of more personal and professional goals. He joined Juventus in Italy, proving once again his ability to adapt and dominate in a new environment. Throughout his career, the debate over the greatest of all time raged on. His rival, Lionel Messi, dazzled with his genius and creativity, while Ronaldo's story was one of sheer willpower, adaptability, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. Ronaldo's physical prowess, mental toughness, and ability to shine in every league and under every pressure cement his status in football history. From the streets of Madeira to the grandest stages in football, Cristiano Ronaldo's journey is nothing short of legendary.